What's going on, guys? So today we're talking about the best selling cards under $5. That's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Penny Stock Marker Watch. I'm pretty sure these three are the same. I think this was here. Not 100% sure. A new set came out, right? I could have swore. Am I crazy? Am I going insane? Yeah, I don't think so. We'll go over here to, actually, let's do it this way, because I think under the advanced search, they order the sets by, it's alphabetical, unfortunate. I guess let's try this. Let's get rid of, right, like, Am I crazy? Has this just not come out yet? Right? Because this isn't pre-order, right? No, it's just really interesting. Okay, well, let's go way back now. Now, I'm very curious to see what the highest card is from that set. Did we just see one? Duelist Nexus, Duelist Nexus, Duelist Nexus, Structure Deck, Duelist Structure Deck, Duelist Nexus, Duelist Nexus. Darkwing Blast, shout out to Druid's Worm, Code of the Duelist. There it is. Battling Boxer Uppercutter. That's crazy. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments down below. Why do you think this set has very little impact? It could just be that it has very little impact on the $5, like the penny stock market. I mean, like, we know Volcanic Emperor is going to be really good and different things like that. But this is kind of crazy that you have this brand new set that comes out and doesn't really change a whole lot as far as the market is concerned. What's really cool about this card searches Flame Veil Counter. I mean, obviously it searches every battle boxer, which is really cool, but it also searches Flame Veil Counter, and it's also a target for Flame Veil Counter. I'm actually curious to see if the card has made any movements. No. Is there, like, they're both commons? That's crazy. This is the better selling version, so it's been it's like 40 cents, now it's $1. I guess it's starting to creep up. I don't think Battling Boxers would be very good, but I could see Fire Kings running this card because I think the best way to run Fire King is Stun. Now, it's a little awkward because you have to banish the 200 defense monster, but this card could start to see some play. With all of the fire stuff that's been released recently, this card could see some movement, especially considering Battling Boxer Uppercutter, who's also a rekindling target. I guess we could look at that too. Searches it. None of that was accurate. I think my hand was just a little off. Rekindling. Yeah, this is still pennies everywhere. So I don't think rekindling is a good buy. I think a big thing with rekindling is just that it's not, there's just not a deck that really wants to utilize rekindling very well. There's not a deck that, like, runs a lot of fire monsters with 200 defense that sends them all to the graveyard and wants them to come right back out very easily. Like, I guess, like, this card's rekindling target that also special summons a monster from the graveyard except itself, and then it can set a counter trap. Like, this is a really good card. Do I think it's going to do anything outside of Battling Boxer, though? No. And I think that's why we don't see it in the top 24 best-selling cards right now. Now, this is the second best card. I really like this card because it can trigger Gazelle. It can get Spinny Foxy, Jaguar, Falco, Engrave. And it's a tuner, right? I'm curious to see what would happen, what's going to happen with this card outside of Salamangreat, because if you look at Salamangreat as a whole, it's not very easy to run Salamangreat in anything other than Salamangreat, but you could kind of make the case for 3 Tiger, 3 Spinny, and a Gazelle, right? So the Gazelle, and then obviously Mirage Stallion, but I'm pretty sure Mirage Stallion, if it's down here, it's not down here. I'm pretty sure Mirage Stallion summons less than level 4 monsters, like 4 or less type thing. No, it does not. It does not do that. That's interesting. That's pretty crazy, actually. So Mirage Stallion could summon this card out. So you could essentially go... I think Baron's a win monster, but I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here, because what you could do, you could pitch this with Spinny if you have Gazelle in hand, summon Gazelle out, summon Spinny, summon Mirage Stallion, summon another one of these out without using your normal summon, and send Gazelle, or send Spinny to grave, summon another one of these out with Mirage Stallion, and then make a level 10 synchro monster that's a fire. I don't know what fits under that, though. What's a fire synchro monster? Can we search it here? I don't think so. And I've mentioned this before. It was a pretty good amount of time ago. I don't think we can search for synchro monsters, though, can we? Yeah. I guess maybe I can do this. Level 10 fire monsters. It's very important to see what a card's maximum potential is when you're trying to identify as to whether or not it's a good buy. There's no way it's the only level 5 target. Okay. So I guess just forget I even said that. And so, I mean, you can increase and decrease this card's level actually by 1. So you could in essence make a level 9 synchro monster. So let's try that. With the combo that I just said, I guess you could make a level 8 as well, because you'd have both of them, and Mirage Stallion doesn't negate the effects. There's no targets. Okay, that's fine. So probably if you're making a synchro monster, what even are the fire synchro monsters that this card can make? 1 second. I just clicked on the wrong thing. No, I just switched hand. Okay, like I promise. Okay, here it is. And like I said, I promise this is important, right? Because question is, Salamangreat target. Like I don't like to come to these videos and go buy this card, buy this card, buy that card. I go, this card is being sold. This is the second best selling card under $5 from Soul Burning Volcano. Is it a good buy or not? And being able to summon itself out and essentially be a free material for Wolf, because you can't make Balinks with this. Balinks is level 4 or lower. So essentially this becoming a free material for Wolf. This is also like in out potentially to something weird that's on your field. I don't know. Like, I actually can't think of, maybe like sphere mode. I don't know. I can't think of anything. But this stuff is important to identify like how good is this card truly. Because Black Rose Dragon can be made with it, but I guess like a Spinny plus that card after its effect. Crimson Blader is another really interesting card. I think Black Rose is still a little bit better, especially because you could summon Black Rose and then use Balinks to protect it if you had Balinks in graveyard, like Balinks to protect your stuff. There's not like a lot of great fire synchro monsters in all honesty though. And so that's where like that card being a tuner, and I don't believe we got a tuner in the a synchro monster in Soul Burning Volcano. Did we? I mean, we got a lot of fire stuff, but I don't think we have like a new one, like a new synchro monster. Here we go. We got Salamangreat Burst Griffin. I guess we can talk about that in a second. I just was about to see it too. Yeah, it's right here. So once per turn, you can target level 7 or lower fire monster in your graveyard. Special summon it if you do reduce this card's level by that monster's original level, but you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except fire monsters. This card is synchro summoning using itself as material. You can activate this card during the next standby phase. Special summon a monster from your graveyard. That's actually pretty interesting. That's kind of okay. Didn't mean to do that, but that's not that bad of an effect. So that's another really good target. For our card, what was this card's name? Tiger. That's a good target for Tiger, but that's what I thought. I was thinking of this card. I don't know why this card didn't come up when we searched level 10 level 10 fire monsters, because this card says this card is on the field. When you summon another worm, you can draw a card, and your opponent activates a spell or trap effect. You can banish that card, and if you do, inflict 1,200. Right? Or if your opponent special summons a monster. So this is a really, really good card, actually, that you could make. Oh, it's a worm. Never mind. Just completely forget that I said all that. I'm trying to make this card good. I'm trying to make it. Vermilion is actually a really good card. I'm trying to make this card make sense in my head as to Tiger, as to whether or not it's a good buy. This Synchro Monster does have a lot of potential, because you could, in essence, do like this cool lock if you're able to, where you get Fossil Dyna engraved, because this just says special summon any monster, right? So you send like Fossil Dyna, or like even Barrier Statue in the Infernos, which is a Pyro, so it's not a Cyberus, unfortunately, but like you send it to grave somehow, and maybe like with a Sign It Mining, right? You Sign It Mining, send it to grave, add Gazelle, pitch Spinny, summon this card out, summon Gazelle, summon Spinny, Mirage Stalio, make another one, summon out Burst Dragon by reducing both the levels, because I believe it was a level 8, and then reduce Burst Dragon's level by 5, and then normal summon Foxy, I guess, and make another one of these, and then during the next standby phase, summon out Barrier Statue of Infernos. If you're following along, thank you so much, because I kind of confused myself just now. And I know, like, we talked about this Salamangreat stuff, or like I haven't specifically on this channel, but like it's been talked about as to whether or not the Salamangreat stuff is going to make Salamangreat good again. I don't personally think so. I think it's a decent rogue option. You're probably going to see it top at like some small locals, or not just small locals, but also like small regionals. But as far as whether or not Salamangreat's going to be as good as it was in 2019, as long as Gazelle is at 1, no. And Battling Boxer, I love the idea of Battling Boxer being good. If opponent controls a monster, you special summon this card, you contribute this card, special summon 2 Battling Boxer monsters with different names. That's crazy that that's not restrictive. Oh, yes it is. But that's a big issue with Battling Boxers. A lot of Battling Boxers are restrictive. So I think Volcanics is going to be the best stuff from Soul Burning Volcano. But as we're about 10 minutes already into this video, the main reason why I was talking so in depth about the Salamangreat Tiger and Battling Boxer Uppercutter, is because those are the best 2 selling cards from Reborn Tengu. That's crazy. Those are the best 2 selling cards from Soul Burning Volcano. And it's just talking about whether or not they're good buys. I actually don't think either of them are good buys. But this set in general being $40, I think, like, feels like really, really good value. We'll talk about it a little bit more on the regular market watch. For now, we're just gonna go back to the top 24 best selling cards, like the first page. But essentially, Battling Boxers, Salamangreat, and Volcanics. Like, Volcanics might be tier 2, but I don't think it's gonna be like the best deck tier 1, or even able to compete with like Sprite, Kashtira, Runic variants and stuff like that. So I think like that's why Soul Burning Volcano gets dropped and like essentially nobody cares. And so you might be thinking to yourself, well, maybe I can take advantage of the fact that it's got such low value right now, and I can fix that, and I can capitalize on that. But I honestly think like it's kind of like the thrift store, like on the one hand you can get a really nice chair from the thrift store for like $4, but on the other hand there's a reason why it's at the thrift store. Like there's a reason why Soul Burning Volcano is so low, because nobody, even though this says everybody wants these cards, they do not. And we'll talk about Soul Burning Volcano a little bit more in depth on the regular market watch, but in essence, the TLDR, if you've made it this far, that rhymes, is that the market hasn't really changed too much. Because Soul Burning Volcano was kind of a disappointing set. And you might be able to take advantage of that, but at the same time frame, you might not, right? Feels like I just talked about nothing for like the last 14 minutes. But I feel like it was really valuable information, because like, I feel like someone could see a set like Soul Burning Volcano and go, cool, I can, spend $80 on 2 boxes of this, and I could get double the value that I would get out of a regular set that costs $80. But I just think like there's a reason why it's super cheap, and I don't think the reason is good. Like I think Duelist Nexus, I don't know what Duelist Nexus is sitting at right now. 55. That's a significantly better buy. I think there's a lot like this illusionist stuff is really flying off the shelves. Really hot, and this fusion ornament, there's some red eyes support in there, there's legacy support, right? And that's the thing, like the biggest thing that Soul Burning Volcano is missing is just like, other than volcanics, like a really, really great archetype. Like Salamangreat, I love Salamangreat, don't get me wrong, it's one of my favorite archetypes of all time, but it's not like as big of a fan favorite as like Altergeist or Sky Striker or different stuff like Eldritch, different things like that. And Battling Boxer, I mean, that was from the bottom of the barrel, and that's just what's going to happen as Konami continues to reprint like the Noble Arms stuff. Like this is doing pretty well, right? Because people like Noble Knight stuff, and as Konami continues to reprint for bad archetypes, there are going to be some misses, right? It just is what it is. But I'm kind of over talking about the misfortunes of Soul Burning Volcano. It's just crazy to me that like not a single one of them. I mean, this is 24 because it shows 24 per page, and then the second one is 27, 29 because there's a pack randomly in here, 30. So there isn't a single card in the top 30 best selling cards from Soul Burning Volcano. So buyer beware of Soul Burning Volcano, which we will go a little bit more in depth on Friday when we do the regular market watch. But let me know what you guys think. A little bit different style of a market watch, kind of just like looking at Soul Burning Volcano and just diving deep into Battling Boxers and Salamangreat. Let me know if you like it by clicking that like button down below. Make sure you guys also hit that subscribe button while you're over there, and turn the notification bell on, or I don't care. I don't know why people tell you to turn the notification bell on. I don't have notifications on anything. I don't miss any videos. So do whatever you want to with the notification bell, but most importantly of all, have a good day.